I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft, and today's question comes from that particular cacodemoniacal churn that is Tumblr, where a young person wants to know whether or not it is okay for them to like two boys while also being in love with their ex. Now, the short answer is that yes, you can feel however you like, or rather, you will feel whatever you feel regardless of whether you like it or not. We are slaves to our passions, and it is difficult for us to control them. The real thornier question is whether you should act on these feelings, and that is more complicated. Now, sexual mores and the rules of relationships have changed quite a bit since my time, for which I blame the artwork of Margaret Brundage, but that's neither here nor there. The truth is, what was once taboo during my time is now fully acceptable and causes people to barely bat an eyelash. So there's a lot more options for what you can do. The question is, do you wish to take those options? Because personally, one-on-one relationships are complicated enough without adding a third or fourth variable. And while these things can be handled, they require a great deal of reflection, of honesty, not only with them, but with yourself. And you have to be absolutely certain that this is what you want. And also avoid what I consider to be two particular pitfalls when it comes to relationships. The first is viewing yourself as the protagonist in your own tawdry paperback novel. This creates a grandiose sense of self, a notion that there's some sort of narrative you're meant to be performing, which is not true. You're simply a person trying to get by, and everyone else has just as much agency, just as much narrative control as you. The other thing is to completely lose sight of yourself in your obsession and your passion for someone else, and that is not healthy either. So, if you feel you can be completely honest about your feelings, reconcile them with these various persons, I think you should be just fine. And of course, you must remember that a lifetime of crippling loneliness and isolation isn't the worst thing in the world. As always, I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft. Thank you.